And, I just want to say, let's kick this off like fucking shit on your shoe, boys and girls. I am Dunzo. We are motherfucking Bizak. We took a little bit of break, but this is the Young and the Wash. The Dusty Dynamo has returned, and with me as always,
it's your favorite light skin, Trake, Puff and P, Tricky T. Call me what you want.
Cap Sparrow.
Fuck you. All right. And we got the man zooming from Nashville out there. Young Stanley Elnez.
What's up, boys? What's good?
Hey, Josh is on Zoom. What, dude? What was the Disney movie? And they had like the boy band. And they were like Zoom, Zoom, Zoom. Was it Xenon?
Xenon
Zoom,
from the 21st century.
Zoom. Hot go like boom, boom. My supernova.
That
girl.
Shit was hard.
That would have been a fire ringtone.
It was one of Zoe's first crushes. That's why.
Nah. I don't think so.
100%.
Nah, she was no Hillary Duff.
No, jeez.
Hillary Duff had the thumper this week.
Well, it's Photoshop though, but
That's
still,
fine.
still the original one. Hey, it's cash though, cash.
All right. With all that being said, Josh is like, what the fuck? All right, Josh, hit us with the quick hitters.
All right, first quick hitter of the day. What's the longest you've ever gone without having sex?
16 years is the longest I've gone without having sex.
That's wild, bro.
After you lost your virginity.
It's a truth, but come on, dog. Yeah, there you go.
2.5 years.
That's a while.
I mean,
Can I get ages?
Currently.
Wow. Yeah?
Monk life, bro.
Shut the okay. Cap in the hat here, bro. Get the fuck out of here. For me, I would say, I had a long distance relationship for a decent amount of my time.
Were you faithful?
Some of them, no. I'm gonna go like a solid year. I think I'm gonna go a year. I was going anywhere from 8 months to a year. I'd say.
How old were you? If you don't mind me asking.
Like I think 19, anywhere between like 19 or probably like 18 to 19.
Travis was definitely not faithful during these years. I'm calling cap.
Yeah, I hit one for sure.
So you definitely had sex.
But after that, though, it took a while, I think. After that, I don't know.
Oh, my God.
Durango. Maybe Durango then. So,
okay. I'll give Durango Travis. I'll give Travis Durango.
Yeah, Durango.
Well, that only makes about 8 months then. Yeah, about 8 months.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, what's your next one?
Would you pay $5,000 to be verified?
No, I wouldn't. There's no amount of money in the world I would pay to get verified.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'd pay...
what's your price?
I'd pay like $400 maybe. That's a decent like a car registration or something. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd pay $400 to be Travis Gardner or Travis at the barn. Well,
I just don't know. I would say this. Maybe 5 years ago, I would have paid $100 to be verified on Twitter. I think I could have made that make sense to me. Mm-hmm. But now I just feel like there's so many people with like 500,000 followers that like real followers on Instagram that aren't verified. So it's just like, and they're still getting money. Obviously, it kind of messes up the monetization. Like I think when you get a check, you're more likely to get actual like sponsorship deals and stuff like that. But fuck it, I'm cool. Cali barbecue till we die. I'll take our one ad.
How much would you pay, Josh?
Bro, I'm my price, like my limit would be $2,000. But I'm also with Zoe. Hold on, I'm also with Zoe. Being verified on Instagram and Twitter is not what it used to be. Because I know a lot of people that are verified that should not be verified. You know what I mean?
I know people work really hard for that now.
I mean, if you're for your business, like if we were verified for JP25 Media, it would be a really big deal for us.
Oh, 100%, I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, how about this? Let me ask you. Sorry, Zoe. Let me ask you a question. Would you rather you be verified, or JP25 Media be verified?
Oh, JP25 Media, because that means we're one step closer to the check, and I need a check.
Yeah.
Me getting verified.
Absolutely agree.
I'm not. Yeah, it's like I'm a team guy.
That's why I love you guys. All right, next question. Would you suck on her toes?
Would I what?
Would you suck on her toes?
I've sucked
fresh
toes.
out the shower policy, dog.
I've sucked on toes before.
Like
that one has to be fresh out the shower.
Just like ass, fresh out the shower. I'm not eating. No, fuck you. I'm not eating or sucking midday office ass or toes. That's not happening.
That's a lie. Travis once told me that a chair in a cubicle is like seasoning to midday ass. It's just that's all.
I'm not letting anything marinate like Necmo juice. So that's not happening. No.
I don't know, bro.
If it was a certain woman though, low key, like if J-Lo, I'd eat midday J-Lo ass.
If J-Lo's coming fresh off a jog, you eating that ass?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, Travis said he would taste J-Lo's whole day.
Facts. Would you do Megan Goods?
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
I'm a nasty nigga. I ain't never
See,
lie.
that's what I'm saying. See?
I make it, bro. Bro. What my man say? I'm a nasty nigga. I ain't never lie. I make her keep the baby. Kevin Federline.
That's fantastic.
All right. Next question. Have you ever hooked up with a chick at a wedding?
No, I haven't been to too many weddings of like the age where I was actually getting like that was even a possibility for me, to be honest. Like, yeah. And also, I feel like COVID also kind of fucked that up too, because that was like 2 years of very small weddings.
I apologize. What was the question?
Would you have you ever hooked up with someone at a wedding?
No.
I thought we did this before after we went to the last wedding.
What I find it as a nice primal place, like a game, like a challenge, almost like golf going to a major. Like, yeah, that sounds awesome, kind of.
We got the fucking Justin Thomas of the goddamn reception next to me.
That'd be awesome.
Next question.
All right. Next question. Do people make too big of a deal out of a sex tape?
Not anymore, I don't think. Because you can find sex anywhere. Instagram has sex. Twitter has sex. Regular people are selling sex. I think before...
OnlyFans.
Yeah, I think before having a sex tape was blown out of proportion because we used to live by the what happens in this house stays in this house mantra as a culture. But now everything we do, people vlog, people share their lives everywhere, in any instance. Like, even to the point where if you just don't, like... random, but like Drake didn't tell us he had a son. That ain't none of our fucking business. It's not like you're hiding, like not hiding. There's hiding it, and then there's like, like I always say, some things. It's not that it's a secret. It's just none of your fucking business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like the whole sex tape thing was like 10 years ago it was a big deal, but now like we can see sex everywhere. Like you can say motherfucker and nigga on TV now. Like the world is in a very more uncensored lifestyle. I feel like, which is why everyone's trying to cancel everything. Because they're trying to bring it back to how it used to be.
Yeah, I would say sex sells. So
yeah, that's a factor also.
Yeah,
sex sells.
Sex sells. So
sex is always sold.
Yeah.
I just think it's that people make too big of a deal out of like celebrities fucking. Like everybody fucks. So why do we care so much?
Better question: how often do we see celebrity sex tapes? And that shit's trash.
Almost everyone.
Almost everyone. Yeah, they're all terrible.
Yeah.
Fucking Ray J, Captain Hook. Goddamn. I wish I was. Yeah, go. Sorry.
Is there a right and a wrong way to put on toilet paper?
To put on on the roll or on your ass?
On the roll.
On the roll.
That's hilarious. That's a good question. That's definitely a good question. But I would say yes, and I was taught this in Durango from the homie Young Hoyts. But he told me that like if you don't have it, so the roll the roll's not behind when you pull
it's coming
down,
over.
It has to exactly. It has to be falling over towards you. He's like, if you don't do it like that, you're fucking psychotic.
Hold on, you were over 20 years old when you got that.
I was like 23, 24 years old when I taught that. Me, I truly don't care. But like now, like not so much I think of Tootie in the bathroom, but like,
damn.
But like I think of her now when I get news from him, I'm like, gotta do the Tootie roll.
Hey, Josh.
The Tootie roll, bro.
Hey, Josh, you know what I was thinking? I was thinking that me and you, we get our dads together and we do like some pre-Father's Day. We do like a little thing, but I think we have Tootie sit in for Travis's father.
Hey, he taught me a lot.
Like, hey, Tootie, how did you feel when your son shit himself at your birthday party?
Facts. I did shit myself at his 5th grade birthday.
I'm not making any jokes that haven't been told on the pod already.
That was the ha moment.
All right, Josh, you got anything else for us?
Yeah, I got one more. I stole this one off of Twitter. All right. $1 million or lunch with Jay-Z.
$1 million.
$1 million bones. I don't give a fuck.
Because if I flip it correctly, I'll get next to that nigga anyway.
We're in the minority, though. Everybody wants that lunch with Jay-Z. They say that's going to be worth more than $1 million worth of game. So,
hey, hold on. You know what just triggered me right now? Josh said we're the minority, and I was thinking about what's the fucking Elon Musk question right now. I'm about to lose my shit.
That's hilarious.
I was so. To answer your question though, yeah, fuck, like, cause I'll say like,
I'm taking the money, dog.
Yeah, like in the words of Jay-Z, Scarface the movie did more than Scarface the rapper to me. Like, I can hear Jay-Z get my $1 million and feel motivated to go flip it. I don't need to go talk to that nigga directly.
I think of it more of like one of those like cliche type of things. Like if I can't motivate myself to go make the $1 million, like what is Jay-Z gonna tell me to make me $1 million? Unless he's gonna tell me what next stock to buy or what next record,
which could very much happen.
Yeah, to buy. Like, hey, yo, I'm about to go into this. If you buy this amount, you'll make this amount of money. Like unless he's gonna tell me directly that, I'm taking the $1 million.
Yeah, like what if Jay-Z, like he just finds me cool and we just talk bullshit for 2 hours and I get like
that's
I
what
just
I'm saying.
met
That's
Jay-Z.
what I'm thinking. Like what if it's just me asking him a bunch of questions and it's like, oh, how was that? How was that? Like
now if
like,
it's $1 million or Jay-Z on the pod, I take Jay-Z on the pod.
Oh yeah, that
because I can leverage that into almost any other interview. You got the Jay-Z interview, you can get anyone else you want.
That's a good team play. I might selfishly take $1 million.
All right, fine. That'll parlay into one last question then. Who's your dream pod guest?
Okay.
Oh, it has to be someone who doesn't do a lot of podcasts or interviews, but would give it up nasty. Yeah, but like he's like a little too like conformed, like not conformed, but like he's almost too
Like
professional. Almost like I need someone who's gonna give. I need exclusivity and wildness together. Whoever that is, like someone who doesn't do a bunch of interviews. Fuck. It was Mike Tyson before he got a pod. That would have been a really good one, I think.
Cool. I think I would just fanboy go with LeBron James, honestly. Like, you know, I'd want to know a lot. I feel like he spills a decent amount of tea about the NBA and says some, decent stuff.
Robert Downey Jr., we could talk drugs, movies, awesome. Everything. We could get a whole scope of shit, and I feel like he'll give it up. Like, because he's pretty open, but he doesn't do a lot of, like,
Iron Man?
media stuff. Yeah, we can talk old Disney shit. Like, I feel like there's a range that you can get 2 hours out of Robert Downey Jr. easy. And I got to ask him about if he thinks Tropic Thunder can happen again.
What about Johnny Depp then? Would you like Johnny Depp?
I think he's boring as fuck in real life, to be honest with you. I don't think he gets on the pod and gives it up. Okay. Like, I feel like we're all surprised.
Leonardo then? Because he kind of does the whole drug scene and young women.
Yeah, I feel like he might be too polished. Like, I don't know how, like how much he'll...
Yeah, he's too much, like, he's not going to say shit, you know?
All right, boys. So, we talked about summertime energy last week. I divulged that I ran across the freeway, and I'm gonna let you guys know this week I did some more hot girl shit. Wow. I, for lack of a better term, was treated like a bad bitch, and I don't know how I feel about it.
It felt fantastic.
In the moment, it was confusing because man, we don't enjoy free or cheaper things the same way. Like we just don't accept them.
Okay.
Which I guess makes me a tad bit of a hypocrite from the baseball, let your girl hang out with that guy argument. But now for anyway. So Monday, because I have no fucking friends, monk life, I left the temple and I went to the Padre game by myself. It's pretty cool. Not gonna lie. I ended up meeting up with some friends later. But the real story begins yesterday, Wednesday. Me and my boy go to a daytime game. We're immediately run into young Hoyt's older brother.
Of course.
And we had good seats. We were like at 117. We're on the foul baseline. You know what I mean?
Jeez. I've never been there.
Yeah. I mean, you have $35 and just got to take a Wednesday off, Travis.
Nice.
It's not that hard.
Must be nice.
Okay. You have rolling holidays. And we immediately go there. He was with one of his homies, shouts us out. And they get us in a seat with some shade and about 2 sections up from home plate. Solid to the right slightly. So, we get upgraded pretty solid, nasty. We weren't in the sun. It was going to be hot as fuck. And it was, the vibes were there. The vibes were there. Mm-hmm. Upon entry to the stadium, or I guess, yeah, we get out of our Uber and we run into these 3 guys who just also had gotten out of their Uber. We're sitting on the crosswalk, chopping it up, talking bullshit. We're talking about how wild our Uber driver was driving. Fucking 1-star guy for sure. And with no genuine conversation, dust it off, don't think anything about it. Mm-hmm. We go, and if you're a Petco, there's the 100 side, there's the even side, and there's the odd side. Yeah. We go in on the odd side, sit on the odd side, and for some reason, Hoyt's brother walks us, instead of going through the park in the park, he makes us walk all the way around to the field level to go out on the even side, because we were going to go to my place of employment. And we run into these three gentlemen once again.
Okay.
And they walked straight up to me and they were like, hey, we ran into you after the game or before the game. I said, yeah. At first I was like, who the fuck are these guys? And then I was like, me, I'm just like, I don't fuck with niggas. And then I was like, what? And then I realized, I'm like, oh shit. These are dudes who got out the car. I was like, oh, they were cool out. So we're walking. We get maybe like a block or 2. We're still walking in the direction where we wanted to go. And these gentlemen go, and they go, you guys want to get on a boat? And I look at my friend, and I'm not going to say my friend's name, but if you know this individual, he's usually, we describe him as sketch sauce, to say the least. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, let's just make this clear. Black people always assume the worst thing is going to fucking happen. We never have hope for anything. And if you're like, oh my God, why? Then apparently you didn't read your history books. All right. I'll tell you what. Anytime a white man offers to put a nigga on a boat, it's just usually not the best situation. I know it's a cheap joke, but I just don't do boats. I get motion sick, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's what happens to me the first like 10, 15 minutes.
So I look at my man who is drunk off his ass. I don't know why I let him lead this one. He goes, fuck it. We go in the liquor store, grab some beers, walk across the street to the marina, and lo and behold, 3 gentlemen have a boat.
Have a boat. Just
have
like
a fucking boat. So we're chilling. If you know anything about me, when I'm uncomfortable, I lean forward in my seat as much as possible. I might be almost able to lick my ass how far forward I lean in my seat.
Lord have mercy.
And I'm just sitting there, and we're on this boat. It's been about a 20-minute process, and I'm still like, we're gonna get raped, thrown in the ditch, something like that. One of the guys makes a joke while we're out on the water and goes, hey guys, don't worry, we're not going to get rid of your bodies until we get back to the harbor. And I'm just sitting there. And it was one who was the cool, like he was the funniest one out of all of them. But in my head, I was just like,
I don't like that.
I looked at my boy, I said, nigga, this is on you. If I die, like, I want people to know when I posted on my Snap story, I was on a boat. The original one wasn't a flex. It was like, in case I die, you know how this happened. Okay. So we're on the boat. At about this point, we're like 15 minutes in. Big chilling at this point. Got a couple beers in me. I'm posted up. We're chopping up with these 3 dudes. We find out they're brothers. They're cool dudes. Really cool dudes. I don't want to give out too much information about them because I don't know like how
they move.
Yeah, I don't know how they move. And I don't want this to mildly affect their employment possibly. But we're drinking, doing whatever. Kicking the shit. They show us where Manny Machado's house is, which is super fucking dope. This shit is wild. It's like, oh God, I don't even know. Yeah, it's on Coronado Island. Yeah, cool. It's not too far from where the ferry is. Like my cousin got engaged on like near that ferry thing. It's on the backside. You can see he tore down the house apparently and built a whole nother one. It's fucking, it's immaculate. It looks like fucking Miami Vice.
Okay.
So then we pull up to Bally's. You guys know where Bally's is? I believe it's on Shelter. It's on Shelter Island. Well, let me explain this to you guys. I've never in my life pulled up anywhere on a fucking boat.
That's true.
Like it was the first time in my life because I'd heard of Bally's before. They have a Mai Tai there that you can only drink 2 of legally. Like it's all alcohol, no juice, just a couple like fruits at the bottom. It's fire, but it is stronger than Mike Tyson's punch. I swear to God, it was a rough one for your boy. We pull up on this boat. There was a wedding going on, a wedding reception. The look of these people seeing us pull up on this boat, because keep in mind this, I'm wearing a black Padre shirt, no affiliation, cargo pants, and the Wheat 13s. Andre, this is where I need you to put in a picture of the Wheat 13s, because I was equivalent to a nigga wearing Timberlands on a boat. Yeah. Okay?
Tim's on a boat, huh?
Tim's on a boat. We get in there. I use the bathroom. I come back. They already ordered the drinks. We got appetizers coming. Chopping up, having a good time. We go to pay. They're like, nah, we got you guys. Don't worry. We invited you on this boat. I'm like, okay, for sure. I tipped the waitress. They tipped the waitress on top of what I tipped the waitress. The bill wasn't crazy, but it's like, well. Yeah. Then we go, and we go around for like another hour on said boat. All right. We were going to go to the Miguel's, but this is the wildest boat problem I've ever heard in my life. We were going to go to the Miguel's off a harbor.
Yeah.
But there was already another boat there. There wasn't enough room for our boat. Like, there wasn't enough boat parking spots. And I was sitting there like, the fuck? Like,
an issue you've never had.
Even though back to the Bally's thing. You know how I knew I was uncultured swine? Because when we got to Bally's, I literally looked at them and I was like, how do we get there, like, by land? Like, I've never in my life had to be like, hey, how do you get somewhere by land? Bro.
Asking broke boy questions. I like it.
Asking real broke boy questions. So, we go. We don't go to Miguel's. And then
another hour for said boat.
Yeah, about another hour or so. Okay. It's starting to get a little colder. It's about 6:37 at this point. Then we pull in the harbor. We had a real cool conversation. They were chilling. I know I got in my bag because we're sitting there on the harbor. Half there on the boat. I'm kind of like on the little thing that you walk on to get to the boats, I guess. I'm sitting crisscross applesauce just talking this shit. Big posted, bro. So I'm like 13 beers deep at this point.
So how's this end?
Oh, this is how it ends. So we leave. One of them has to leave. Keep in mind this. All 3 of these gentlemen are married. Are engaged, and they have children. Their wives are blowing them the fuck up. The whole trip. They're supposed to be back at like 5:30 after the game.
They're treating you while they're supposed to be treating their wives.
Wild. Not the same treats. Not the same treats. Then we go and we're like, we're hungry. And if you know this individual that I'm with, one of my homies, he gets real quiet when he's drunk as fuck.
Facts.
He doesn't say a fucking word. And he goes like, I'm hungry. And I'm like, what? And he's like, I'm hungry. And I'm like, okay. So we're on the back of the Marriott. That's where the fucking boats are. And we go inside. We're like, all right, we'll get a drink. We'll get some food. We go. In my head, I already told my man, like, hey, we're going to cover this bill because they paid for us at the last place. Yeah. And they let us on a fucking boat.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, for sure. We get there. Their wives start blowing them up. They have to leave immediately and they end up paying for the bill again. Because they're like, bro, don't trip about that. We just get the fuck out of here. I'm like, no, bro, I can pay cash. Just like, you guys can just leave. Yeah. He's like, no. He goes, wait over. He pays. And then I looked at my man's and then I was like, what the fuck happened today?
So just an abrupt ending like that. It's like, hey, we gotta go.
No, it was cool. Like it was a wind down. To, okay.
But it was just like they paid for the bill
and then they just left. Again, and just I got like 2 of their numbers, but I felt like someone left me in the middle of a date. Like I didn't know how this. Granted, we had been with them for like 5 fucking hours.
I'm about to say, you guys top them off at the end or what? Like,
I felt, you know what? Like, I'm saying? Like, I might get in trouble for this, but I'm gonna say this. I understand. I would think the opposite of this. And maybe it's because men ain't shit.
Chivalry is not dead.
No. Gentlemen. I'll say this. Like, men ain't shit, but also maybe I don't value myself enough as a person. But I did feel like, damn, if that was a female, I would feel like I would have to give her the best dick of my life.
100%.
Like, if a chick did that, like, I'd be like, oh, wow. Like, you have to get, like, I would have to give her, like, ultimate, like, I would have to go on like I would have to go on a juice cleanse and 2 blue chews to give her what she would have earned for how these men treated me.
No, you were really treated. That's nuts. All out of genuineness too.
And that's what
the whole thing was genuine, just straight bro love.
A great conversation, real cool. How many
dap ups were there during the thing?
They were big high fivers. True white guys. They're real cool dudes. Real cool dudes. Fist? Nah, just no. They don't dap like Mexicans. Cool. But okay. But like, yeah, and then I thought that to myself. I said, man, we don't, not just men, but like people in general we're just not genuine enough to each other to the point that like the world is so wild that like I could have missed out on this experience. Not like them paying for the shit, but just being on the boat, going to the restaurant, doing all this shit, having great conversation with these complete fucking strangers for hours because the world is so fucked up. It tells me that those guys are going to try to murder me. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, I'm with that. I'll say I was in the 30% minority. I would say 75% of the time, 70% of the time, you're going to get murdered. But
hey, I'm very glad that you were treated like the king you were.
I know. Hey. I woke up, I looked at my parents today.
I bet you were confused as hell.
You know me. I'm skeptical at all moments, bro. I probably wasn't comfortable until the Mai Tai hit, bro.
God,
before
Blue Chew Dunzo in full effect.
Hey, before the camera dies, I got one of our bets for the next thing that happens to me. I ran across the freeway. I got on a speedboat. What does the next summertime adventure entail?
Eating midday PBS.
Bro, I'm a monk. It's never gonna happen. All right. So heading off the Padres story from yesterday, we're gonna go into our top 5s and do some other things, but I did have some questions for you guys. Okay. I have examples, but I want you to think about this. What are certain foods you can only eat certain places? Like I was at the game and I saw a grown ass man with corn nuts. And I was thinking to myself, where else is it socially acceptable to eat corn nuts?
Like Cracker Jacks or the actual like corn nuts? Like the actual brand corn nuts. Like the ranch, the chile, the ranch one specifically. Yeah. Funny enough, I eat those when I golf, but like, yeah, like when I go golf.
That's actually, you know what? I'm going to give you that one. Did not think of that.
Yeah, I eat those when I golf, surprisingly. But for me, instantly went to the glizzy. You know,
that was the next question. Exactly, that was the next question.
You're only going to catch me eating a glizzy at Costco, at some barbecue for a family reunion, or just some barbecue out in a park, and in a ballpark. Yeah, that's it.
Only baseball.
Only baseball. You're eating a glizzy at the Lakers game. You're a fucking serial killer.
I have to give my boy Seabass a shout out. Shout out to Not Your City. Go check out his brand. I asked him this question when I thought of it, and I asked him the corn nut one, and he said nutrition break, and I fucking laughed so damn hard. Like, I was like, damn, yeah, you got to be under 16. Also, eating corn nuts and then going to interact with human beings afterwards and talk is one of the craziest things I've seen in a while. But What else is there? Oh, yeah. Okay, another one. Gonna go into the churro thing, I think. Or we're going to churros. Okay. I'm with Travis, though. I think Costco is gonna be one.
Okay.
Where else can you... If you saw someone walking down the street with a churro, like you were
I'd be kind of jealous instantly.
If you were in downtown San Diego midday, or in PB midday fade, you know, it's the only time you should be in PB ever for a day fade. And you just see like 6 white girls walk by in jean shorts and oversized t-shirts. You notice what they're wearing? And the Spartan sandals, and they all got churros. How do you react to that?
I'm curious on where they got the churros from, 100%.
What's your curiosity, 1 to 10?
Probably at like a 6, honestly.
Solid.
Yeah, I'm pretty curious. I'm like, where the hell they get the churros? Enough to actually make me want to go get the churros? Depends on where I'm at. It depends on how close the churros are. But am I slightly jealous? Yes, absolutely love churros.
Okay. With that being said, we're going to I'll start off with my top 5. Okay. Travis is going to be food related, but I want to get mine out the way because I'm going to have Big Drake come sit in with me or sit in for me. I'm doing top 5 washed alcohols are shit you shouldn't buy. Most of these are alcohols for young people, or alcohol we drank when we were young.
Facts.
This first, number 5, I'm going to let you guys know this is a direct shot at Joshua Palais. Ladies, if he drinks New Am, he's for the streets.
100%. 100%.
And he still drinks New Amsterdam. Josh bought a house and still buys $8.99 in fucking vodka. That's wild. Can you imagine Josh's fucking housewarming party is gonna be wild, bro. It's gonna be a bunch of plastic bottles everywhere.
Golly. That's so true, bro.
Number 4. Captain Morgan. I don't care if people are like, I like Captains and Coke. Only that's my turn. Hey, are we past ramifications? Like, can I say, are we past that threshold? I don't think they can come get us, right? Okay. Fuck it. We as a group, not saying who we are, besides the 2 on camera, have stolen probably $300 worth of Captain Morgan in our lifetimes.
Yeah.
Before the age of 19. We're not going to say how. We're not going to say where. We're not going to say the method. My attorney's looking at me shaking his head right now. Before 18. Yeah, that's true. We had to stop at 18. We did have some moral clauses. Yeah. We didn't. Yeah, we knew. We're like 17, they call our mom. 18, I'm going to jail for this fucking $7.99 bottle. But because I risked my freedom for it on multiple occasions, I'm not going to drink it ever again.
I would say that if you drink Jack and Coke, and this could be a partial hit on like my childhood in a sense. Just how, like, if you eat at the Sabino's place or Sabano's place, you pay fucking... Sabaro, you're a baby daddy, you pay child support. The same thing about Jack and Coke or, Captain Morgan. The same thing, it's either you have a bad taste of alcohol or you're an alcoholic. Like, it's just one or the other.
And I'll just say, yeah, because I feel like people who don't drink a lot, they just go with that because they don't know anything else.
Not calling shots at my family, but, you know, I had my dad, you know, he liked Sky Vodka and he liked fucking Captain Morgan. And... I was drinking Captain Morgan at the age of 17.
I will put a preface on some of this. We do have to think to the old folks, though, like to what you're saying. That's all they had, though. There wasn't as many alcohol brands growing up as like we have now.
Yeah.
So that Jack and Coke's a little different.
If he was drinking Jamie, that's not.
They wouldn't have had that, though. Yeah. You know? Yeah. All right. Number 3. In the words of DJ OK, you're not from Chula Vista if you've never had a Four Loko and went to a reggaeton party.
Yeah. I
have a great story of one of my brother's friends who bought a 6-pack of Four Locos. I'm not going to say what it is, but they have like the little bombers now, like the Mickeys. Wow. And I'm just glad that I got to try the Four Loko with caffeine. I didn't drink that much in college at that point, or in high school at that point, but I did when I heard it was coming off the shelves. I said, I got to give this one try.
Yeah, no.
And anyone who knows me knows I don't throw up off alcohol. That's not something I do. I got a pretty strong stomach. I fucking let that shit rip like a Beyblade the next morning. Oh, fucking spewed everywhere. Look like a water hose. All right. Number 2. This also kind of goes into what we said about selling alcohol in high school. But in the words of Cat Williams, I may not like that, but bitches do. UV.
Yeah.
I fucking hate UV. It's trash. But the women I liked at that time, in that point of my life, that was their shit.
Pretty much, and kindly, he's saying white bitches love UV, especially blue UV.
I was speaking directly to the Mexican demographic. Oh. But with that being said, I blame Jagged Edge for this one. Number 1, any Bacardi product. They asked us where the Bacardi. They asked us where the party's at, and they asked us where the party's at, And then they had the audacity to lie to us and say the girls are on the way. Where's the Bacardi at?
Yeah.
Bacardi is dog shit,
It's
bro.
fucking dog water.
It is so bad.
It's dog water.
Like, you can't even mix it. You know, like when you mix it, like you actually mix flavors? No, you just taste two separate flavors.
I've never had a good mixed Bacardi drink. No.
The Dragonberry did hit for about 2 weeks in my younger days. And then then my taste buds.
Dragonberry.
My taste buds are like, nah, nigga, we're not doing this again.
I feel you.
And that is my top 5 list.
Okay.
So my top 5 for today are the top 5 most iconic jerseys, or my most iconic jerseys in sports. Okay. Number 5 for me are the 2010 all-white Oregon Ducks jerseys. Probably some of the cleanest jerseys I've ever seen, especially with the chrome wings on the helmet.
Yes.
Like when they played Ohio State, I think they wore the all whites in the national championship. I don't remember.
I think so.
But with Mariota, I don't know.
Yeah, because Auburn wore blue.
Yeah, those are probably some of the nicest jerseys in college football. You know, Oregon goes crazy with the unis in college football. Best uniforms in college football.
Definitely.
Number 4 for me is Charger Powder Blues. Doesn't matter which year, all Charger Powder Blues, probably the nicest jersey ever in the NFL. Especially the ones in the early 2000s when they started using them again, when they had the black numbers on the side of the helmet. And especially the new ones are the nicest ones in the NFL, no question. The Chargers have the nicest uniforms in the NFL. It's not a debate. I don't care what you say. The Chargers have the best uniforms. Number 3 is not a jersey, but it's a game attire. It's Tiger Woods Sunday Reds. There's not a more iconic sport attire in all of sports than Tiger Woods Sunday Reds. The guy has won countless Masters, U.S. Opens, all major tournaments in the Sunday Reds. If Tiger went to play on a Sunday without the red, you could be like, what the fuck's going on?
The whole golf.
Like, the guy is the best golfer of all time, and he wouldn't beat Tiger without the Sunday Reds. That's all we know him by. Even with his son now, it's got to be Tiger and his son wearing the Sunday Reds. Number 2 for me is the 90s Utah Jazz. Sorry, some of the cleanest uniforms I've ever seen in my life, bro. Like, the purple
ones?
Yeah,
exactly,
the purple just, purple it's a cool color, but in that uniform, with the mountain and the blue and the
teal, like that teal
bro,
blue,
like the frost, like it's just crazy, bro.
I agree.
Even though the Jazz, like Karl Malone and John Stockton, like some of the best players of all time, they got their ass kicked in those jerseys, but some of the nicest jerseys I've ever seen, bro.
Some of
the nicest jerseys I've ever seen. And for me, my number 1 top jersey of all time is the early 2000s, late 90s Toronto Raptors jerseys.
Cash.
Even
black or purple for you?
For me, purple.
Okay.
Let me tell you why. I just, I'm a little younger than you guys. And Like Mike is one of my favorite movies.
I love Like
Mike.
Mike.
The OG Like Mike. The other ones are dog shit. The OG Like Mike one, seeing Vince Carter on them, even T-Mac when he was on the fucking Raptors for about 2 days.
You're right.
When he was on the Raptors for about 2 days, it's just such an iconic jersey. Like it doesn't get any better. Just the Raptors have probably some of the best creative designers for jerseys I've ever seen.
I love the Raptor. The old school Raptor is so hard.
The black one is also super sick, but the purple one is just like so iconic. Everyone thinks of Vince Carter or even Chris Bosh. Like OG.
Chris Bosh is OG.
So people for me, about that. The Raptors, like it doesn't get any better than that, and that's my top 5. So,
all right, I'll go straight into my top 5. I got top 5 in a sense cultural food in a sense. So stick with me here. Number 5. I'm going American food. Number 5. Your barbecues, your hamburgers, your glizzies, your Philly cheesesteaks. All the good stuff. All the good stuff. American as fuck. 50 States. Exactly. I gotta keep it American as fuck.
Your glizzies.
The glizzies. Because Chicago's known for the glizzies. You know what I'm saying? They got different type of glizz. You know what I'm saying? Number 4, we're going soul food. I am black. You may not believe it from the comb over and the light skinness, but I am fucking black. All right. And so I got soul food. So I got soul food, the collard greens, the chitlins, the cornbread, the fried catfish, throwing fucking vinegar, like that Louisiana hot sauce on everything, Tabasco. Gotta fucking love it. It's my shit. And then number 3, this one's like cultural, but like it is towards the Mexicans, but everyone eats it in the same thing. But I'm going specifically mariscos. Fucking gas. Like, you know what I'm saying? And we got it the best down here. We live by the ocean. We live right next to Mexico. Get some of the best fucking mariscos out here.
Best hangover food, by the way.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Number 2, hey, shout out to the Chinese. They know. Hey, they know what they're doing. Hey, I bet it's probably American. But hey, the salt and pepper chicken wings, the fucking chow mein, the fucking it's all gas. The fried rice, money. The beef, money. It's all good stuff. And you know who's number one. Gotta keep it local. Just Mexican food as a fucking whole. Cash. It doesn't get anything better from the pozole, the menudo, the fucking tacos, the fucking enchiladas. You know what I'm saying? Fucking with the chilaquiles. Fucking it's just all gas. There's nowhere you can go wrong really in Mexican food. And that's my top 5 cultural foods. Get at me.
Sorry. Hey, what episode is this?
I'll say 7.
Yeah. Well, shout out to Alfred Morris. And this is The Young and the Washed. Be a friend, tell a friend, like, comment, and subscribe. You can catch us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube especially. If you're not watching this on YouTube, you are missing out on the energy in the room. I am the Dusty Dynamo, the T.O. who's known to tiptoe around you hoes like I got turf toe. With me as always.
It's always Cap in the Hat, your favorite light skin, you know what I'm saying, in the game, balling.
Hey, you know, I was thinking, Josh, I don't know if you can hear us still. I think that we should definitly end the podcast with shout outs. Like if you have anything or anybody you want to shout out.
I like that energy.
Yeah. Well, Travis already made a shout out.
No, I don't have a shout out. I already made my shout out. Shout out to the Chinese, baby. Shout out to the Chinese.
Oh, yeah. I don't even know if I think we have to bleep it the second time. But I want to give a shout out to the You Wasn't Outside podcast. It's my cousin Carl. My cousin Carl. We did do a podcast about a week ago. We're talking about the Armenian genocide. Not to get too deep on y'all, but it is all fun and games. But you know, the joke is a joke, really a joke if we never get serious. And I'll say, you know, if you guys want to go zoom over there and go check out their podcast too, he's got a nice little setup with doing his thing. But yeah, with that being said, we are out.